Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about a movie, Godzilla Minus One. Let's get into it, shall we? Spoilers! Okay, so I gotta say, this was a excellently made movie. Give you classic Godzilla with classic Godzilla soundtrack and a classic Godzilla story. Even the science was sound in how they were trying to take him out. We're following this kamikaze pilot who didn't kamikaze himself at the end of World War II, which would have been pointless because they had already lost. So he didn't feel like he should kill himself. Of course, everybody around him making him feel bad about not following through. And then he ends up running into this girl that had picked up a baby that was lost, and then they end up forming a family together. But he couldn't accept, you know, feeling like a coward, so, it was a lot. And he had his first encounter with Godzilla on this island at the beginning of the movie when he went for repairs for his ship, for his plane that didn't need repairs, and then the mechanics was like, you a coward, whatnot. But then Godzilla showed up, like a tiny Godzilla. But he wrecked shop and killed a bunch of folks. And it was beautiful to see how he moved, how he looked, everything. But the kamikaze pilot dude, Kurosawa, or whatever the heck his name was, yeah, he had a chance to shoot him, and he didn't take it. So he's feeling bad about that, on top of not following through. Then he goes back home, find out that his family is dead. Their house is destroyed. So all of that got to be rebuilt. Then comes the lady with the girl, with the baby, and then they form their little makeshift family, but he can't make himself say he love her and want to be with her and marry her. All his friends, he took a job taking mines out, because this is after the war, taking mines out the ocean that Americans have put out. Meanwhile, the Americans and everybody else know about this monster because they've been doing nuclear tests, and they can't do nothing about it. It's destroying ship after ship, and they're like, it's in Japan, the Japanese are going to have to deal with it. So no Russian help, no U.S. help. Japan got to figure out this Godzilla problem on their own. Like I said, he was taking mines out the ocean, and they was using the mines to try to stop Godzilla. Wasn't working, of course, and so they had to come up with some scientific plan. Plan was drop Godzilla into the deepest part that they have in their part of the ocean for the pressure to crush him, and if that don't work, raise him up real quick so that he could get basically the bends and depressurize too quickly, and maybe that'll kill him. Turns out they had to use both options, and they had F Godzilla up. Pretty bad, but he was still going. And our kamikaze pilot, who was feeling bad because also the girl that he was with saved his life, and so then he felt bad about that because he thought she was dead. So he was going to leave his other baby an orphan until the guy that he ran into, the mechanic, at the beginning of the movie, helped fix the plane that they had to help him, fight Godzilla. And he put an injection seat in there for him and told him to live. And so he didn't kill himself. He flew the plane into Godzilla's mouth, ejected, blew Godzilla's head off. Awesome, 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 awesome. Even the way they portrayed Godzilla's atomic breath, the way his scales lit up and then ejected, so beautiful. This was so good, especially with the classic Godzilla theme music. This was so good, so good. The whole theme of the movie was about surviving and living and not feeling bad for having survived tragedies, and things of that nature. Because everybody in the movie had lost something or somebody and had to figure out a way to move forward and to live their life and to bring everything back. The whole point of it being called Minus One was because Japan had lost everything in the war. Everything. And then here comes Godzilla. So now we in the negative, because he's destroying everything all over again with no help no outside help. So they was all on their own. But they figured out a way to take that mug out, and it was beautiful. This was such a good movie, beautifully crafted, beautifully written. The special effects were awesome, especially on Godzilla. Looked so freaking good. If I had to rate this movie, man, oh man, this movie gets a freaking 9. A 9 all the way. I would rewatch this a million times over because it's just so good. I would recommend this to anyone as a perfectly good monster movie to enjoy. You got heartfelt moments, you got some funny moments, you got monsters, you got explosions, you got gunfire, you got bombs, you got everything going on in this movie, and all of it works together. It's beautiful. So that's my thoughts on Godzilla Minus One. The ladies that he thought was dead survived, so they still got their family, even though she got some kind of radiation poisoning, clearly. And even though they blew Godzilla to pieces and he crumbled into the ocean, pieces of him are growing back. So that leaves it open for another Godzilla movie from this particular company in Japan. Beautiful, beautiful movie. Beautiful. Yeah, this is a 9. I will see you guys next time for another one. In the meantime, have a great day.